Gather round, llamas. How can 2 equal 1? I'll answer that and more within the mysteries of zero. Before we start this video, I would like to acknowledge that as of uploading this video, it's National Llama Day. That's right, if you live in the United States, December 9th is the day to celebrate llamas. Celebrate by telling your friends. Now let's get on to the video. Let's say that A is equal to B. We don't know what A and B are. They could both be 3, they could both be 923. Now let's multiply both sides of the equation by A. Now we have A squared equals AB. This equation is still true because we did the same thing to both sides of the equation. Next, let's subtract b squareds from both sides. Now we have a squared minus b squared equals ab minus b squared. On the left side of the equation, we can see that we have a squared minus b squared. We can factor that out using difference of squares to get a plus b times a minus b. On the right side, we can factor out b from it and get b times a minus b. So now our equation is a plus b times a minus b equals b times a minus b. This equation is 100% true if a equals b, because we have kept both sides of the equation balanced. Now we can see that both sides of the equation have a minus b on them. This means we can divide both sides by a minus b and still have a true equation. Now we have a plus b equals b. Knowing that a equals b, we can substitute that a on the left side for a b. So now we have 2b equals b. We can now divide both sides by b because both sides have a b. After doing that, our equation looks like 2 equals 1. Hold on, there's something wrong here. 2 isn't equal to 1. We just proved that 2 was equal to 1 by playing around with a simple equation. How did that just happen? Here's all the math on the same page. Pause the video if you want to try to figure it out. Welcome back. The exact step that messed up the whole thing is right here. Here's why. Let's say that a equals 1. B would also equal 1 because a is equal to b. Now let's substitute that in for a minus b from that step. That would be 1 minus 1, which equals 0. No matter what quantity a and b are, a minus b will always be 0 because a equals b. We divided both sides of the equation by a minus b, so we divided by 0. What's so wrong with that? If you ever ask Siri what 0 divided by 0 is, she will say,
"Imagine that you have 0 cookies and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies, and you are sad that you have no friends."
What is the cookie to friend ratio for this example? If you want to divide your 0 cookies among your 0 friends, you can't say that each friend gets 0 cookies because you don't have one friend to have that ratio even work. If you have 0 divided by anything except another 0, the answer will be 0. But if you divide any number by 0, some weird things start to happen, like 2 is equal to 1. Roman numerals are the first widely used form of numbers in the world. It was a lot of the reason why ancient Rome was so successful. They were able to count their soldiers and rations and explore the world of mathematics before anyone else could. The Romans had math in the bag, which gave birth to the discovery of geometrical patterns like the Pythagorean Theorem. The one thing that the Romans could not figure out was 0. They couldn't grasp the idea of having nothing of something be classified as a number. This is why there is no year 0 AD or BC. The year of the supposed birth of Jesus Christ is actually 1 AD, and the year before that is 1 BC. Because the Romans were the ones to document it, and they didn't have 0. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing 0 by any other number always equals 0. The only thing that doesn't make sense is dividing a number by 0. However, this doesn't necessarily mean that 2 does not equal 1. It just means that 2 is not equal to 1 with our understanding of mathematics. There are 2 rules to mathematics. Number 1, don't divide by 0. Number 2, don't find the square root of a negative number. However, William Hamilton in 1843 decided to break that last rule. He discovered the imaginary number I, which is the square root of negative 1. However, mathematicians don't accept the number I as a real number because it, like dividing by 0, breaks mathematics. 0 is confusing. On one hand, all the logic and understanding of mathematics that we have developed in the past several thousand years would be wrong if dividing by 0 and the number I were included among mathematical facts. All of the physics that we know today would be deemed incorrect, and we would have to rethink existence. On the other hand, a totally new aspect of physics would exist, and we could be able to travel through a totally new location in space and time with a totally new understanding of things. This could be the answer to the theoretical wormholes or the reason behind other things unexplainable by scientists. The Romans were scared of 0. If we are too, we would be missing out on a whole new world of understanding. What are your opinions on 0? Let me know in the comment section down below. Have a Llamaful day.